It's that time, guys. Another Commander's Chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, the topic is the current situation with new and old players, according to my eyes. Now, what is this current situation and what is this problem, you may ask? The biggest problem I see right now for new and old players is limited ships. What I mean by this is, let's take each scenario. For a new player, let's say you start right now. We just finish up, what was it? Hololive or something? And we have this one event going on right now, which is limited, by the way. Okay, let's say you got all the ships from that. And Hololive, let's say you got Hololive ships as well. Now, what about every other ship in the past, right? Let's say Winter's Crown, Inkstained Steel, Crimson Echoes, all those other events in the past. You're gonna wait for a rerun, right? That's what everyone is. They're gonna wait for a rerun. Now, let's take how many reruns we've had in the English server up until now. We had Visitor's Side in red, and we have Divergent Chessboard. In the span of 18 months, we've had 2 reruns of past ships. And one of those events is War Archive, and the other ships went into the perma pool. Divergent Chessboard, not War Archive yet, and we still don't have those ships in the pool. So why is this an issue right now? Because if you're playing the game of how most people is playing the game with collections, how long do you have to wait to get these ships? Some people say 6 months to 1 year. That is not the case. Look at Fallen Wings. Fallen Wings came out in October. We're in October 2018. This is February 2020 now. It's been 14, I can't do math right now, 16 months. And we still haven't gotten a rerun for it yet. What's the deal with that? What if you're someone that started playing in 2019 and you still don't have those ships yet? How do you feel? You'll never have 100%. Now for an old player, the experience is kind of the same thing. Let's take my example. I started games since day 1, right? I've got every ship except 2 ships from any event. It's one of the submarines with like the bowl cut or whatever, and Minneapolis. Now, am I still salty about Minneapolis? Sure. I guess you can say I'm still salty about it, but I've gone over it. I don't really care at this point because it's whatever to me. I don't play this game for collection anymore. But what if you're someone that's like me? You didn't get Minneapolis. It's been 16 months now. You still can't get another shot at her because you failed to get her within those 2 or 3 weeks of gacha. How fucked up is that, dude? You waited all this time and you still can't get another chance to try to get that ship. No reruns for that event whatsoever. That's the problem right now for this game. They cannot have reruns take this long and still have people be okay with it. Like, this game is moving at a fast pace right now. I understand it, but like, they're taking way too long. Way too long. And with no set dates and War Archives not appearing fast enough, people are gonna get mad. Eventually, they're gonna see that point in their span of life with Azure Lane and be like, wow, I've been playing this game for a year now casually, and yeah, I still can't get this ship because they're not rerunning this event. What's the deal with that? Now, there's a lot of reasons for why they're probably doing like this. One, if you guys notice, we've been getting an absurd amount of new events because it's the best solution. It's the easiest way for Manju to solve the current problem they're having right now, which is they want all the servers to be on the same pace. But we can't have that. It's not possible. As of right now, we're pretty caught up. We're almost pretty caught up. We're missing about 2 limited ships like Ma Lin and L13 or I13, and we're done. But those are 2 reruns right there that we gotta go through. Now, if we rerun an event for EN server, which we might do, that means if they want to keep this equality for all servers, they're gonna have to rerun that event for the Chinese server as well. But here's the thing, they won't have any new ships available. They have all that already. So do they want to risk rerunning an event for a new ship for EN just for us to catch up and then have the Chinese server just get nothing new? They can. I don't see an issue with it, but some people might be like, wow, we have all these ships already. This is just a free event. So why can't they just rerun an event? More so whatsoever. The last time we had a rerun was like what? November? October? I can't remember. Whenever Divergent Chessboard was, right? We've had like 2 or 3 new events now. Why can't we just go back to rerunning events that some people have missed already? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, here's another thing. If they're doing this, they want to get all servers on the same page, right? They're releasing some stuff constantly. Like, I've read on my Discord somewhere that they've already announced PR3 in the Chinese server to be in April. We just got PR2. So what's the deal with that? If we're going to go for this catch-up thing at this rate, it's probably going to be somewhere in 2021. Which if they're going to aim for that long, it works out. But that's so far into the future. They can't slow it down either because their Chinese fan base will get annoyed. But they also want the EN server to catch up as well. So now they gotta find that middle ground. And the easiest solution for that is to make new events. Because it is easy for them to make a new event, slap it onto all servers, and therefore no other server gets left behind. That's the easiest solution for them. But in the process, every time they add a new event, they're pushing the rerun extension even longer. Every time an event gets added, the pool of events that are lined up for a rerun gets longer and longer. Therefore, we have to wait even longer to get a rerun of that specific event. Now, if we compare Azure Lane to other games, it's really weird. Now, I know War Archive, we have 1 already. China server has 4. But I don't know. It feels like we should have more by now. Because like Girls Frontline, right? They have limited ships too, or limited guns. But they rerun those limited guns so often that people don't miss out on it. It doesn't hurt them. Because, oh, I missed out on a character I didn't get today. They're going to rerun this like 3 or 4 months later, and I can get them then. If you have that kind of mindset, it doesn't hurt you. You can be like, oh, I didn't get a character this time around, I'll just get them in a couple months. That's a good feeling. Knowing that eventually you'll get another shot. Right now, our current state of the game is you have 2 weeks to get all these ships. If you don't, we'll see you in a year. That's not good. I don't like that whatsoever. I've seen so many people right now trying to try to get Dido. It's insane. And not everyone's lucky. Like this mindset of like rush. Get all these ships as soon as possible or you're gonna get screwed over. I don't like that. At all. It's really bad. Now anyways, again, it only takes them for a couple months to do reruns. Even Grand Blue Fantasy, another game that I play, the longest limited character in this game is Zodiacs. When they first released, you have 1 year to get them. Every other month, or every month actually. And then after that 1 year, when they released, they're gone for another year. So if you didn't get them then, there is at least a 13 to 14 months wait time before you can see them again. At least that has a specific date. 13 to 14 months, you know within that time frame, or by that time frame, you don't get another chance at them. Right now we're sitting in the dark. We don't know when the next rerun is. Fallen Wings at 16 months now. Who knows when they're going to rerun that again, if they rerun it again. It could be tomorrow. It could be end of 2020. It could be in 2025 for all I know. There's no specific date on when they're going to do reruns. So I don't know what the deal with that is whatsoever. So, with that being said, that's the current situation I see as of right now for new and old players. If you're a 100% collector, then this is not an issue for you. But for most people who are missing ships, new players that want ships from old events, this is the problem. Now, what kind of solutions can we provide that will help alleviate this kind of problem? I came up with 3. Well, two really good ones and one kind of iffy one that I talked about before. The first one is rerunning events more often. Now, I get it. If you rerun an event for EN, we get kind of slowed down on where to progress because we're still missing ships. Rerunning event only helps out the people who are behind and not the people in trying to catch people up to the front. We're just helping out the people from behind, right? So that's kind of bad. But if they know how to pace it well, it could work out. But the best way to do this is, let's take for example Fallen Wings. EN has not gotten a Fallen Wings yet, or Japanese server, a rerun. But China had it twice now. We had it once and Japan had it once. Now, the time they introduced it a second time, they had Minneapolis and like Columbia, new ships. So it's kind of still fresh for China and it's fresh for us. The best thing they can do, and it may not be good for everyone, is if they add a new ship and they slap it into both regions, or like all 3 regions. I know there's more servers, but I'm talking specifically China, Japan, and EN right now. Let's say they do Iowa, and they're not going to do Iowa, right? I'm just giving an example. Let's say they do Iowa for Fallen Wings. Now, China has a reason to play the event now and gacha in it. Now, we have a chance for Iowa as well, and then those other ships that we haven't seen like forever as well. This helps out both servers. Now, that's actually a bad example. Let me think of a better one. Oh, the French event, right? So, I know Japan and China have both had the French event already. And they had the rerun as well. We had it once. So they had it twice, we had it once. They have Malin, we don't have Malin. So take that example I had earlier, add a new ship. So Richelieu in this case, because it's a fresh French event. But again, it probably isn't Richelieu, it's just someone else. China and Japan gets Richelieu, we get Malin, and we get Richelieu. Now we're after that event is over, we're on the same even playing field. Yes, they may have had more runs than us, but in terms of ships, we're equally paced out. Add a fresh ship, equal it out, and we're good. Otherwise, just rerun the event, have EN be happy because now they have Malin available, and the people who weren't at the event can attend it. China's server, the veterans kind of get screwed over because, oh, I've been at this event already, I don't have to go so hard at it. That may be a good mindset, that may not be a bad mindset, but if they want to risk that, that's also a solution as well. And the second one is, again, I talked about this in the gacha one, it is a pity system, right? Now, this only helps the people that are at the event or at the current event, but it doesn't help new players that are arriving to the game in the future. Now, how does the pity system work is, let's say it's an event, you didn't get the ship, you spent so much resources, you're probably not going to make it in time. So what do you do in that case? You add a pity system, let's say 300 cubes. That's the one I give it as an example of. At 300 cubes, you're at that mark. You get to pick whatever you want on this banner and you get to keep it. So that one, probably you're missing one ship. At 300 cubes, you got it. Boom, you're done. You don't miss out on anything. All this nonsense of rerunning events doesn't mean anything to you anymore. You're good to go. Now again, this is only for current players and probably old players as well. It doesn't help new players. So that's why it's not a really good example on how to fix this current problem. And there are some SSRs such as Duke of York, Z46 that are obtainable from shops and farming from the event. So those kind of ships, they have to become War Archive. Otherwise, you're never going to see them. Unless they want to change up the formula on how to get them. But they're going to have to War Archive it most likely in order for other people to get a shot on getting them. And the third and final solution. I think this one could be on and off, but I think this one is really good as well. Revamp wishing wells and make it more often. So the current wishing well right now is just whatever we have in the pool for SSRs and elites, and just you pick 2% rates up, and that's it. You're good to go. Now with this solution I thought of was bring back all missed ships from every previous event, throw them all into the wishing well, into a super diluted pool. However, Same as the current wishing well. If you guys remember how it works, you pick 2 for rates up, event rates up. So let's say we've had like 10 events now, right? You're a new player. Who do you like specifically? Oh, I like Nagato and I like Amagi. Alright, you pick those 2. So you guys know in a 7% SSR pool, 2 of them have a 2% rates up. So now from that 0.03% or whatever trying to get Amagi and Nagato, they become 2% now. So 7% pool, 2% of that is Amagi, 2% of that is Nagato, and the other 50 or 100 SSRs from every single event in the past that are from the gacha are now in that super diluted pool. This way, you're guaranteed at least 2 of what you want. The other ships are in there in a super bad rates, but it's still in there. Now you can get the 2 that you want at a good rate, and you get everything else available if you still want to go at it more. Now, they don't rerun Wishing Well often. I say they do this every 1 time every 3 months. So 4 times a year, that is 8 SSR ships that you can pick for rates up. That means you won't get left behind in the long run if you stay up to events every single time starting today. So, Wishing Wells need to occur more often. This revamped system looks really nice. I think it's super great. Yeah. So, I think I kept it civil this time around. I've been ranting about this in my Discord and on stream for weeks now. So, if you guys are in my Discord, you guys watch my stream, you guys already know about this topic. I talk about it a lot. But let me know what you guys think. As of right now, I don't care too much about collection. I've already given up on that after Fallen Wings was over and I missed Minneapolis. I was like, my collection days are over. I don't care about this anymore. But I worry about the new players that are coming into the game and old players that started, let's say, February 2019, where they missed out on Amagi. That really wants Amagi. And it's been over a year now. I don't think it's fair for them to wait a year just to see a ship again. That's not good. At least not in my eyes. That's not good. Because there's a lot more ships they also missed lined up. It should be rerun more often. Have more opportunities for people to have ships and obtain ships that they missed from previous events. New or old players. Anyways, that's my rant chat, commander's chat for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave your comments, your feedback, what you guys think about the current situation. I'll read all of them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm getting level 25 Oscar tonight. You guys can see that next video. Anyways, I'm out, guys. Have a good night.